In this video, we will show you how to replace your power steering pump pulley on this Honda Accord. This will be located along the driver's side of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Locate the power steering pump pulley. To remove this, we're going to have to remove the belt from this area. First, let's take hold of the belt. You can notice that you should have a little bit of flexibility there. Now the next thing we need to do is continue on to loosening two 12mm headed mounting nuts. You'll find one down in this area and the other one's on the top, up along the other side. For these, you only want to loosen them. There's that one. We can make our way to this one. Once you have movement from both of these areas, the next thing we want to do is make our way to the adjustment point. For this, we'll be using a 10mm. To loosen tension from the belt, you want to turn this counterclockwise. That'll help lower this power steering pump down. Then we can remove the belt from the pump pulley. We're getting quite a bit of movement here. Let's continue on. Once you have the belt off of there, you want to make sure you give it a close inspection along the back side and on the ribbed side. Once you've done that, go ahead and set it aside. Now we can start removing the pump pulley. In the center of this, you're going to find a 19mm headed mounting nut. To remove this nut, you actually want to turn it clockwise to remove it, not counterclockwise. To hold the pump pulley from spinning on you while you do so, you can carefully try to put a bar through this area. Just use a long screwdriver. Press that down on there. Take hold of the pump pulley, give it a wiggle, and remove it from the power steering pump. There it is, friend. Once you have the pulley out of place, the next thing that you need to do is clean and inspect the mounting point. We'll just give this a quick wipe with our clean rag. Double check to make sure it doesn't look like the seal is leaking in any way. And now we can install our power steering pump pulley. To install the power steering pump pulley, we'll take this and slide it right onto the power steering pump shaft. Once you have that completely bottomed out, we'll continue on with a 19mm mounting nut. When you install this mounting nut, we're going to be turning it counterclockwise to tighten it up. The torque for this nut is 47 foot-pounds. We'll get this in place to hold the pulley for us. Tighten this counterclockwise like I mentioned. Now we can continue on to installing the power steering belt onto the power steering pump pulley. When installing this, you want to ensure that you're properly aligned on each one of the grooves of the power steering pump pulley. Now we'll adjust the tension of our belt. When you do this, you want to make sure you do still have a little bit of movement from the belt, but you definitely don't want to be able to move it around like this. It could potentially fall off. If it's over tightened, you could cause damage to the bearings. There we are. Just want to make sure you do have some movement on that belt along both sides. Now we'll continue on with tightening up the mounting points. We'll make sure we tighten each of these and then torque them to 17 foot-pounds. Once everything's tight, we'll just double check the tension on the belt. Once again, you don't want it to be too loose, it could fall off, and if you over tighten this, you could cause issues with the bearings inside the pump or down along the crank there. Once you've confirmed that, the next thing that you do want to do is go ahead and start up the vehicle. After you start it up, turn it off after approximately 5 seconds and double check the belt to ensure that it's properly seated. After that, you can go ahead and close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.